Yo, what is up guys? My name is Zach. Hope you're all having a fantastic day and welcome to the day 164 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season, where we talk about everything that went on in the NBA from the previous day. That being said, not as much to talk about today, but let's get right into it. Does this mean there's been a pretty good season for Ben Simmons? Hasn't played a single game in the NBA whatsoever, but he could now be better than ever. Ben Simmons, who some believe is the heir to the throne after LeBron James, some say is the next Magic Johnson, drafted as a 6'9", 6'10" small forward who will play the point guard position. So you can see where the Magic comparisons come from. You know, a brilliant passer. Just in the summer league games he played, he showed off that his passing abilities are already just about second to none when it comes to NBA players. You know, he might need to work on his jumper a bit, but I'm sure he'll get there. But that's not what I want to talk about. A report came out yesterday in which World Be Free claims that Ben Simmons has grown an additional 2 inches since being drafted by Philly, which means by the start of next season, the Sixers could have a 7-foot tall point guard running the show for them along with their 7'2" center in Embiid. It seems like Ben Simmons has grown about 2 inches since he's been here. I told him that the other day. I said, Ben, you look like you've grown another 2 inches since you've been here. He's long, he's lean, he's in shape. When I watch him practice, just in practice, he's like a baby Magic Johnson. He's practiced with LeBron. He has worked out with LeBron, so LeBron is probably going to beat him up and make him strong. And a reporter for the Sixers also confirmed that he too talked to Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons told him that he is just under 7 feet tall now, which is insane. And who knows, maybe he's not done growing yet, so by the time next season comes around, he could legit be 7 feet tall, if not taller, which is beyond scary, if you ask me. I mean, he's already getting comparisons to Magic Johnson and being trained in the offseason by LeBron James, who has the closest game to Magic Johnson in today's NBA. And overall, NBA players growing like this is kind of rare, but it's nothing that we haven't seen before. But overall, this just gets me even more excited for next season. I mean, the growth of Simmons, getting to see him and Embiid hopefully on the court together for the first time, plus seeing if this year's rookie class can actually live up to the hype. The NBA is about to have so much young talent that it's ridiculous. But that's going to lead us to the question of the day. And today's is quite simple. I just want to know what your initial reaction was to hearing that Ben Simmons is now 7 feet tall. How do you feel about the 6'11", 7-foot point guards in the NBA? I mean, this year we had Giannis Antetokounmpo. Next year we're gonna get Ben Simmons, and who knows, maybe even Lonzo Ball goes through a late growth spurt that puts him closer to the 7-foot mark. Honestly, I think basketball is just becoming a positionless sport. Back in the day, positions were basically based upon height. You know, the smallest person played point guard, the tallest person played center. But now it's more based upon skill set than height. Not saying that there'll ever be like a 6'2" center or anything, but the day is coming when your center may no longer be the tallest person on the court for you. Leave your answers to the question of the day down in the comment section below, but now let's take a look at what some of you said from yesterday's video. Yesterday, with the news of Dwayne Wade coming back from his injury, I asked you guys if the Bulls could challenge either the Celtics or the Cavs in the first round. And to really no surprise, not many of you believe that Chicago will beat either of them, but some of you guys did see them at least putting up a fight. As a Bulls fan, I doubt that we will beat Cleveland in the playoffs, but we could put up a fight against the Lakers. I will be surprised if we get past the first round. If the Bulls play the Cavs in the playoffs, it'll go down like this. Bulls win game 1. Brown wakes up. Bye bye Bulls. Getting 1 game is better than most teams do in the Eastern Conference, so I guess that would be something to be proud about. As a Bulls fan, I love watching them on TV when they do good. When they do bad, I sit staring at my TV screaming and yelling. Kinda sounds familiar to me as a Pistons fan, except for the part about doing good, because I Pistons never do good this year. Obviously, I'm a Bulls fan. I'll be realistic. It would be amazing if we make it out the first round. I do not think that we can beat the Cavs. Look at 2011 D Rose. We swept the Heat, then lost in 5. I think the Bulls can give the Celtics a run for their money though. Yeah, there's no chance of you guys really beating the Cavs, maybe taking it to 5 or 6 games. But with the Celtics, I will still give the edge to Boston, but I could see that being a 7-game series. But that's gonna wrap it up for that portion of the video. Now let's hop over into the games from last night. While the future of the Sixers may be extremely bright, especially if Ben Simmons did grow another 2 inches to become what could be a 7-foot tall Magic Johnson, the future is in the present. And the present for Philly, at least in terms of winning, isn't so pretty as they continue their quest for another top 3 draft pick with a 102-90 loss to the Bulls. For the Bulls, however, winning and losing this game was the difference between remaining the 7th seed and falling all the way down to the 9th. Mirotic's hot shooting continued last night with 22 points on 8 of 11 shooting, including 6 of 8 from deep, while Jimmy Butler continues to do it all for Chicago with 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. Timothy Trunks Kakarot, though, with all the injuries to Philly, has stepped up and had a pretty nice week. He had 18 last night. Who knows, maybe it was for the best for the Blazers that this game wasn't played on its original date. Originally, this game was supposed to have been played on the 6th of March, but was delayed because of condensation on the court. If the game was played on the 6th of March, maybe the Blazers would have lost, you never know. But it wasn't, and the Blazers got the important win to try and hold on to the 8th seed over the Nuggets. Just 2 more wins and the 8th seed will be officially theirs. Last night, it was Allen Crabbe's night as he almost couldn't miss from beyond the arc. 25 points on 8 of 10 shooting from 3 for Crabbe and a 105-98. Was the final score. Lillard had 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists, while Andrew Wiggins scored 36 for the Wolves. I can't keep up with the East anymore. There is so much movement in the standings, especially in the 5th through 9th seed. Indiana needed to get a win in this one so they could get back into the 8th seed, since they do own the tiebreakers with Miami. And the Bucks needed to get the win in order to keep the 5th seed over the Hawks. And it would be the Pacers who would get their way in this one with the 104-89 win. Paul George was the leader for the Pacers once again, though, with 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 steals, while Giannis tried his best but just couldn't get the help he needed. Antetokounmpo had 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. The day after losing their battle with Cleveland for the #1 seed in the East, the Celtics may have just made their quest to #1 nearly impossible as they fall to Atlanta 123-116 and are now a game and a half behind the Cavs. Paul Millsap had his best game since his return with 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists in 29 minutes off the bench, while rookie Taurean Prince also played well with 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Isaiah Thomas scored 35 for Boston, and Marcus Smart had 18 points, 7 assists, and 6 steals. The Wizards still trying to find themselves defensively before the playoffs begin in 8 days. And this was a start, I guess, even if it was against a banged up Knicks team. The Wizards only allowed the Knicks to shoot 42% from the field and 35% from 3, but still wasn't the prettiest game for Washington. And it took Bradley Beal knocking down a huge 3 in the final minutes to untie the game and give the Wizards the 106-103 win over New York. Beal had 25 points on the night, and Wall continues his amazing season with 24 points and 8 assists, including hitting 4 of his 5 3-point attempts. Carmelo Anthony scored 23 for New York. Can the Brooklyn Nets make it 4 wins in a row with the win over the Magic? I just realized that I'm not even sure if my Pistons have a 4-game winning streak this year. But sadly, neither do the Nets, as their quest for greatness ends in a 115-107 gut-wrenching loss to the Magic, despite Jeremy Lin pouring his heart and soul out into the court last night to score 32 points, along with his sidekick Karis LeVert scoring 20. And like I said before, the problem with Orlando has nothing to do with their lack of talent, but with the people managing the talent. The young guys continue to show promise. Gordon had 21, Payton had 22 points and 11 assists, and Vucevic added 18 points and 12 rebounds. And that wraps up all the action for the day 164 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season, and now it's time to get into the player of the day. Yesterday, for probably the 50th time this year, you guys selected Russell Westbrook and his 45 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds as your player of the day, and here are today's nominees. You have Elfrid Payton and his 22 points, 11 assists, and 5 rebounds. Jimmy Butler and his 19 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds. Damian Lillard and his 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. John Wall and his 24 points and 8 assists. Paul George and his 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 steals. Or Paul Millsap and his 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. As always, you guys can go vote for the player of the day right now by following the straw poll link down in the description box below. But other than that, thank you once again for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like on it and subscribe if you haven't already for more daily NBA videos. And until tomorrow, keep getting the Bucks, Team STC, and I'm out of here. Peace!